Hey Karen, it's Roma. Thank you so much for connecting this afternoon, despite the challenges of being home, having your kids here. It was so nice to see a little boy there. Um, and I'm appreciative of your flexibility and also all the great ideas you brought to the table this afternoon. So, as promised, I'm going to make a quick video to help you find some of the resources we talked about. Number one, I showed you a few things in the app that I think could be interesting for you to look into in terms of helping you with the goal of like helping students be more autonomous and self-monitor more and better. And these are like simple ideas, but a lot of them are really good. So I'm going to show you a few. And then as you do that too, one very concrete things we decided to try to do for the next month is learn to flip videos with Edpuzzle. And I'm going to show you how to do that really quickly. And so this way, after watching this video, you would have some ideas of strategies you could potentially be using in class. And we'll talk again in January of which one you're more interested in. And then maybe an Edpuzzle that you could make between now and next time will be awesome, so that you can get your skills around flipped learning going. So let's go. So I am currently in your account, in your playlist. You see already the 2 strategies you completed and the thing you've been working on. First place to always interesting to revisit in your playlist would be the growth map in the bottom left corner. And you can also find the growth map in the top right corner when you click here on the triangle, growth map. Growth map has your vision that you wrote this summer. Now you can always at all time of the year, of course, change it, but it's interesting sometimes to just go back to some of the things you were saying back then, because you see flipping the class, that's kind of something you wanted to try. So why don't we try and see where it takes us? Then below you have your teaching challenges that you selected this summer, and some of them we worked on already because you see them in blue, they've been activated. One that would have some interesting ideas around the theme you extracted today with that class with the boys, and the fact that you don't always find that they do the work you assign to them, or they're very needy, depend on you a lot. I think these 2 right here, self-monitor and assess progress on tasks, and manage time efficiently, could give you a lot of really good teaching ideas. If we click on this one, for example, you're going to see many interesting ideas. I'm going to pause on a very simple one, and then I'm going to show you 2 examples from my teachers right now. This teacher is using a simple to-do list to provide a student with an outline of tasks they are supposed to complete during the independent practice section of the lesson. Well, that's very simple and that's very raw, but that idea of having a to-do list can start bringing some accountability to students and help them organize what they have to do. Now I'm going to show you more advanced version. This, for example, is one of my teachers that I coach here in Charlotte. She's making a to-do list, but you can tell hers is more what we call a pathway in the world of personalized learning. And it gives students, for different standards, tasks that they could be doing, that they should be doing during the online learning time. And also it has a little exit ticket with a score that they're marking there and submitting to their teacher at the end. This, of course, is collected and graded. So when teachers have something like that, students have something like that, they know exactly what to do online. They know that the teacher is going to be able to look at the Edpuzzle and see the answer to the question. And they also know that the teacher is going to be able to answer the exit ticket, to look at the exit ticket data. So by that simple act of having this there, it can raise the level of accountability for students too when they're working online, so that they don't fake it. Another example would be here with another teacher I work with in a different school. Same idea, they're making a pathway, links to things to do, but you can see also steps toward accountability right here. So that doesn't have to be on a Google Doc. That can be on a Google Classroom post, for example, or a Google Classroom post can be attaching a document like that. But this is just one of the multiple ideas we can think about to try to help students stay accountable to tasks that they need to do during independent practice time. Now, let's switch to the other goal of the video, which is to show you briefly how to make an Edpuzzle. So let's go. When you go to Edpuzzle, you're going to want to first enter it as a teacher. And then log in, teacher. And then the easiest thing is to connect it to your Google account. You're going to see for me, that account has already been created, but I can link it to all the Google accounts I'm using. Here's one. And when you get into my class, right away it highlights how you could be inviting students, which will be important at some point. But the most important thing at the beginning is notice how it's best to create classes to be able to have your students in there. And then when you assign videos to them, flipped activities, you can always see where their responses were. That's super important to bring that accountability piece, right? So let's look at one of my classes here. For example, I made one for this design studio with Nations for Elementary. In my class right now, we use only one video, but you can see that I'm able to see how many of them completed the activity. And if I click on progress, I'm also able to see who watched it, who didn't. And then if I click on questions, I'm able to see the answer to every specific question. Now, it says 0 students successful there because I didn't give a score attached to these questions that were open-ended. So there's no grade attached to it, but you can see what everybody responded, which is great to flip the learning, to be able to start from what they're thinking and saying, as opposed to start from my lecture. Let me go back now. That's kind of the final product, what you would be able to see as a teacher. Now, how to make one? Super easy. First thing I would tell you is you want to make a class. So add a class, give it a name. Once that is done, this is how you invite your students to a class. Basically that code. You write it big on your board or you give it on a handout to them. And then when they go to Edpuzzle as a student, it will prompt them as soon as they logged in or they signed up to provide that code to join. They don't need an email to join. You'll see it's super easy for them, but they will need that code to join your class. Okay, now, how to make content, which is what I think you should be trying to do between now and next time. You can go to search. So the ones that you see in the middle here that already have question mark on them have been Edpuzzles, meaning they've been supplemented with additional questions during the video to engage the students. So of course you can steal those. But if we're talking about making Edpuzzle, most likely you would be using content from either YouTube, Khan Academy, National Geographic, TED Talks, etc., and you would be flipping some of these videos. So for example, let's do this with a YouTube video. And let's choose an 8th grade math topic like the Pythagorean theorem. I can search within Edpuzzle for YouTube video about the Pythagorean theorem. And then I can watch it to see how this video is. And if I like this video and it does what I need it to do, I can use it. Once I click on using it, let me check my time here to make sure my video is not too long. Oops, I gotta hurry. Once I start clicking on using it, then I'm able to Edpuzzle this video, meaning that I can crop it, of course. I can add an audio track over the original one. I can add an audio note, which is most likely you at the beginning saying something about the video, why you're giving in and asking students to work a certain way with it. And then the most important function is the questions. So how do you add questions? Very simply, you don't have to watch the video. I'm going to say got it. Watch the video. And as you watch it, whenever it's time for you to ask a question, pause the video and add the question. Question could be open-ended or multiple choice. Right now, I could totally say, what type of triangle seem to be appropriate for Pythagorean theorem? Okay. Once you've done that, then you click on continue, and you're able to continue the video and add more questions later on. By the time you're done, you'll have a video with multiple checkpoints. And for students watching it, it will be really important for them to know that you're collecting that information. You can click on save if you want to work again, but we're going to click on finish. And then here you can just assign it to a class. And here you can prevent skipping. That's it. So why don't you try between now and next time to create your account and maybe see if you can flip one video and see how the experience was. And then we can, next time we meet, we can look at the videos you created and we can look at the student experience. Like how will I get my students to join a video and interact with it, and how would I see